What is up? Welcome to the podcast. I don't know what's so funny, but I'm here today. It's a wonderful Thursday, October 13th, 6:34. We started a little bit late. My apologies. Traffic was not fun getting home today. So, Trey, Coach Trey, how you doing, sir?
I'm doing fantastic, bro. We got a big show today. I just wanted to quickly shout out our team, the Rangers. Way to start the season off with a dub. Gonna represent them real quick.
They play tonight. They play tonight too. Play
Yeah,
at 7.
but to start the season strong was big for me. So I said that I was gonna represent them on the show.
That pillow's slick. I like it.
You like that? Yeah,
I
bro.
like that.
Yeah, yeah.
But anyways, maybe one day we'll make a hockey parlay, we make hockey parlays. Trust me, we learned about that yesterday. We'll make a hockey podcast. We'll get Poto in here or something. So we both did well last week, right? I'm pretty sure your card hit almost all of your plays last week, right?
Yeah, I had a really good week.
Yeah, I did too. I only missed 2. I definitely missed a worthy play, and I'm pretty sure I missed one more. But outside of that, I swept. So the Patreon, if you remember, we're coming. I told you had to have patience. We're coming. I think I'm above 500 now. I know you definitely are. So we're here. We've got we've been going over our betting cards lately, but like I said, I refer to the Patreon. We're not going to be able to get I'm not going to give out my full card. We'll talk about the big games and some of our favorite plays and our leans. Maybe that'll give you an idea of where we're at.
Mm-hmm.
And we've got to start with the elephant in the room, no pun intended. That's Alabama and Tennessee.
Pun was intended.
Anyways, big game. Tennessee coming off of a impressive victory over LSU in Tiger Stadium. And Alabama also coming off an impressive victory with their backup quarterback against a solid Texas A&M defense. These are probably two. Tennessee's probably the third best team in the SEC. Bama's probably the second. So the second and third best teams in the conference playing. Lots at stake for both divisions. Because I think Ole Miss is still undefeated. So if there's a world where are they undefeated? I'm pretty sure they are, huh?
Yes.
Mississippi State only has one loss.
They have played. Ole Miss has played the kindergartnens.
They have.
Of the world.
Anyways, yeah. It's going to be a very good game, and I will say I have had a change of heart about as of 2 hours ago, and Trey's upset about that. I've been high on Tennessee. I've got Tennessee's over on their regular season, and I'm feeling very solid about that. I'm not really concerned. I was all over Tennessee. I'm like, when they're playing LSU, I was like, okay, this game's over. I think Tennessee could potentially win the game outright and cover at the least, at the minimum, especially with the situation going on with Bama. One, Bryce Young's playing. Is he 100%? No. Bryce Young is not sitting this game out. I would be completely shocked if he does. And even if he did, I think Tennessee, that game's really close if Bryce Young doesn't play. If Bryce Young does play like I am expecting, I think Bama wins, man. I've had a change of heart. A lot of the public have also sided with Tennessee. I think I had to take a step back and realize that, okay, I've been doing this a few times throughout the year. Let's take a step back and analyze things. One, Tennessee's victory, and we are LSU fans, so this is going to hurt, Trey, for you specifically. I just don't think their victory against us was impressive in the sense that I don't think LSU is a great team compared to Tennessee. I think they're on two different atmospheres. I think that's fair. You have to admit that. At least offensively. Offensively, it's not close. So them going down, putting a 40 spot on LSU, everyone's looking into that and thinking, wow, they're going to be world beaters. They're going to beat the shit out of Alabama. I just don't look into it that much. I think LSU played horrible. They had a horrible game. They gave away probably at least 14 points on special teams, and probably another 7 on offense, just with their piss poor performance. I think Alabama going, or not going to, but hosting Texas A&M with a backup quarterback is impressive. I think that victory was way more impressive than Tennessee's over LSU. So I'm gonna go the other way. I'm going with Bama. I can't do it, dude. So I know where you're going, and you can chew me out now. Go ahead. I knew it. I knew you were pissed.
I'm not pissed, man. It's like we've done this for so long that like when we make these decisions on things, like it's so blatantly obvious sometimes like what the public's going to do before a line comes out. And so if you do this for a while, and again, I'm not donning myself a professional handicapper, a professional sports bettor. I'm strictly obsessed with college football, and I know what I'm looking at, and I call balls and strikes, period. So but you are betting on the emotions of kids between 18 and 22, unless you're Hendon Hooker and you're 38. So I think for me to bet on this game, you have to understand like what it is. And so don't get it twisted, man. Like there's a lot of teams in the SEC that I love, like truthfully. The one team that I liked, I used to like betting them so much. I can't do it anymore just because their lines are always bad, was Ohio State. I used to love betting Ohio State because you would always get their first half spreads, just like Alabama's would. Mm-hmm. But Ohio State's would always be like a little bit less because Ohio State just isn't Alabama. And the people that make these odds also have the same bias. So it's like sometimes you forget that the public is displaced from these people, but they still have the same unison thoughts. Vegas does not have the same thoughts as them this week. Okay. However, styles make fights.
Yeah.
Alabama, and this is my point. This is not a play for me. I'm staying away from this game. But I will say this is one of those plays. I've given it to you 4 different times this year, and these are the 4 plays. Okay, I've given you 4 plays this year that I said are kind of close. They're not quite there, but they almost are plays. They've all 4 hit. I'm not saying this one will. If anything, Tennessee plus 9.5 at minus 142 is incredible value if you think that Tennessee can stay around in the game. Here's my thought process. Even if Bryce Young plays, which I'm sure he wants to, if he's going to play, he's going to be limited. He's going to be hurt. He is not going to be Bryce Young. He will not. There's nothing you can tell me. I am not enough in the medical field to know how long that takes. I know that it takes longer than 10 days. I watched TJ Finley do the exact same thing, and a month away from that, he's still not right. So what does that mean if Jalen Milroe is starting at the quarterback position? Limited. They are so limited. I don't know why they don't just run him in the Wildcat up the middle 3 times every single time, because he is so good up the middle, man. He is literally like a miniature-sized Derrick Henry. He is a load, dude. And he's so impressive when he has the ball in his hands. But it's like they know what they have, because you and I both watched the A&M game, and they had the ball. They had the ball to try to put the game away, and they ran the ball 3 straight times because they knew they couldn't throw it. They couldn't throw it. Bro, they loaded the box. They still did not throw it. Mm-hmm. And again, I'm not a defensive coordinator at the college level, but you know what I'm saying? Like, so anyway, look, I understand where you're going from. We've literally watched Alabama win this game for like however many years it's been, 20, 30, whatever. I don't have the number in front of me, but please, 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 please know that this is one of those games where you could bet it live if you see something starting to go different.
Yeah.
But just know that Vegas is going to be watching this one first too.
Well, Vegas is probably 10 seconds ahead of the game itself. So
right, unless you're at the game. If you're at the game, you have a big advantage. But
yeah, so yeah, I mean, we're gonna disagree sometimes. It happens. Sure. There's no. I think we could both be right and both be wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like we could just see just this complete defensive, masterpiece as far as we're concerned. You never know. I mean, so anyways, let's move on. I want to talk about this, and it's a play I have. I will announce this play. Jaden Daniels, I believe it's under 213.5. I need to go double check that. Passing yards. And I have, I have a dilemma as far as, I think there is a dilemma conspiring in LSU. And I think we're starting to see that you can't get the offense rolling when you get behind. It's tough to get the offense rolling when you're struggling with Jaden Daniels. And I think they're going to go to the bullpen. And I think Nuts Bus is coming in the game. I think Nuts Bus is coming in the game. Oh, is he telling me to pause?
I'm going to tell you one thing.
Oh, God.
If you have ever taken my advice, in a game,
no.
Listen to me. Okay? Listen to me. Never, ever, ever, ever in your life bet off of emotion. Ever.
I'm not betting off emotion.
No, not you.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
If you are pissed or excited about a team, never bet on emotion because you will get burned every single time. And you have to understand, like, do you know, Anthony? Do you remember whenever it was the game of the century, the LSU Alabama 9-6 game?
Yeah.
Okay. That game was the kind of game that Alabama fans wanted to forever not be a part of their fandom again after that game. If sports betting would have been a thing, do you know what the public fade would have been on Alabama following that would have been? But whatever. I also don't want us to get too far down the episode. We're gonna have a pretty big announcement here. We're gonna announce it at the end of our card. Okay, we're going to go through this episode. We're going to announce it at the end, but I just wanted to say just a quick thing to everybody. Please give us a like. Please give us a subscribe. Please give us a little bit of love over here on the Patreon as well, man. It helps us to filter us in the algorithm on YouTube. That way, when you open up the app and you're trying to pass some time and find what to listen to, it puts us up at the top. And it also gives us incentivized effort from the app they want to see our content too. They're going to reach out to us and ask us a couple of questions about what we think. They're going to ask our input on the, the design of YouTube and just in general as content creators. They're going to love everybody, but it helps whenever you get the like and subscribes back from the fans. So please, please, please take 10 seconds to give us a like and a subscribe. It helps 100%. Us dramatically.
100%. But yeah, stay tuned for the announcement. But yeah, I like the under there. Even if he plays, like I said, I think it's going to be a tough game over there in the swamp. I don't know how to feel about it. So I'm going to go the under. I'm not going to be mad if it goes over, but it's just a conspiracy I have. Moving on. Let's go over. How about you eat some crow in Texas? All the hate you've been giving to that university. They are kicking ass and taking names, bro. I'm telling you.
I thought I forgave myself for that.
But I'm bringing it back up.
Oh,
they just beat the shit out of Oklahoma. They beat the shit out of Oklahoma. And I'm going to say this now. If Quinn Ewers played the entire game, they are undefeated in the top 5 team in the country right now. And that's not.
If he never left the Alabama game, they win.
Not a hot take. The whole couple weeks would be screwed up.
Mm-hmm.
It would just be a completely different atmosphere as far as college football is concerned.
You watched the game too. You saw it. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
So shout out to Texas. They're kicking ass. They should win. Hopefully they don't revert back to old Texas and lose a game they shouldn't. Quinn Ewers' number is low.
Mm-hmm.
Iowa State's defense only allows like 189 yards passing a game, though. So I don't know where I'm going with that. I need to see who Iowa State's played. I'm not big on them. I haven't watched them. I think they're in the Big 12, So it's impressive that they're holding teams to 189 yards passing, but we're still kind of technically early on in the season. They might have played some non-conference games to inflate that number. So, shout out to them. They should win that game. I'll probably take a stab at the over. I just think I'm not saying he's Heisman-like because I think C.J. Stroud basically got that locked up. But I'm telling you, this whole thing is different if he doesn't get hurt. If he beats Alabama, he's definitely top 3 in the race. He missed several games after that too. So shout out to Texas. That's all I have to say about that.
If you wanted it, they started the season against Southeast Missouri State.
Okay.
So that's embarrassing.
Yeah.
Southeast Missouri State. They beat Iowa 10-7 in a barn burner. They beat the Ohio Bobcats. They then lost to Baylor. They came back and lost to my favorite team this year in Kansas. And then they also just lost last week to Kansas State, 10-9. Kansas beat them 14-11, and Kansas State beat them 10-9, which I'm going to go ahead and take the opportunity to lead you guys into my first pick of the week, which is going to be Texas and Iowa State under 49.5. You can find that on DraftKings and also FanDuel, even Barstool Sports if you want to get weird and active. I think that's an incredibly high number, and if you can get it any higher than that, that'd be fantastic. If you could buy points up to that, I absolutely would buy that up to maybe 52.5 or 51.5, depending on what it is. Don't bet anything that gets up to minus 200, though. It's not worth it at that point. But thought that'd be a pretty good interjection.
And to your point, I mean, I think it sounds – Kansas State's got a running game just like Kansas. Both are running quarterbacks. So the pass numbers are going to be low, and they've played some bum team off the rip. And Baylor's pass game isn't strong either. So I think that number is very inflated. I'm making it official as well. Quinn Ewers over on his pass yards. I believe it was 238 or 242, somewhere in that range. But anyways, I like the over. He'll probably get to like 260, 270.
It's a strong play, man. I like that. Look, and again, it's not anything personal to Texas, bro. You already know how many of my people live in Austin. Like there's no biasy towards them. It's I found what I thought was a glitch in the system for them, and they fixed it. And so but we started the season talking about the coaches that we liked and who are some of the candidates that we had. It was Brian Kelly, it was Billy Napier, and it was Steve Sarkisian. I told now you got to add Lance Leipold in there now too, because he's got Kansas rolling on something special. But again, like my point with this is that you cannot stay. Like it's not like going in and playing roulette. You don't have to stay with black. You don't have to stay with red. You are allowed to pivot. And so when you see a team improving, bro, you have to give hats off to the coaching staff, because there is such a dearth in good coaches right now. There are a handful of elite coaches, and then there is a coalition of good ones, and then there's some that are in the middle, and then there's a crap load of they're just eating up money and time.
Yeah.
And they're all better than us. However, if you don't give credence to the ones that are doing a great job, man, then you're doing yourself a disservice. And Quinn Ewers, by the way, fantastic head of hair. Great hair on that kid. Yeah.
So shout out to them. Unfortunately, Kansas lost quarterback Jalen Downs. So there was a rumor he was out for the season, but then he even came out and said that's not the case. So I'm assuming he's out for a little bit, right? Yeah. I mean, that would be a safe assumption at this point.
But they don't know. But Bean, bro. Bean came in and started toting that rock, bro, 4 times, bro. Dude, look. They did not take a step back. That's why I'm saying Coach Leipold is up there, bro. That man is on something. He is on some kind of drink, dude. He's got something in the Kool-Aid, which, by the way, to have Kansas doing that, even if they – and by the way, there was a stat that I saw that they're at 5 wins right now, right? Like they're at 5 wins. The last time Kansas had 5 wins in football – or started out with that many wins or whatever number it is, they went on to lose the rest of the games.
Oh.
I'm not saying that that's going to happen, but it was a really interesting stat that I saw that I just wanted to share with you guys.
I mean, I would not be shocked. I mean, that would be the most Kansas thing I've ever seen in my life, to be honest.
Bro, whatever, man. I'm rocking.
But yeah, shout out to them. They had a really good run. We all got excited about it. So yeah, shout out to them. Michigan's looking good. They got a big game against Penn State this weekend. Any thoughts on that game?
Look, I like Michigan. I don't like them by a lot, though. I've said for 1,017 and three-quarter times that the one place that I want to go to is a whiteout game at Penn State. I've never been to one. I think that Penn State's rocking. I don't think they're better than Michigan, but they don't have to be to win.
Yeah,
but I don't hate the game. I don't hate the total. I don't hate the spread. But I do think that it's a little bit inflated. If I had to have a gun in my head and bet it, it's not on my picks, but I would take Michigan money lines, probably in the twos, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would take that.
Okay.
I think a good parlay would be Alabama money line, Michigan money line. Probably get close to plus money there, but I know some people are scared of, the possibility of Bryce not playing. So. Anyways, yeah, I mean, it's not an entertaining slate this week. I'll say that for sure. I mean,
really?
I mean, like as far as the depth is concerned, there's some good games.
Oh yeah.
And that leads me to my next point. USC is an underdog this week, and I've had this theory for a long time. Okay. When you have a ranked, well, I mean, Utah's ranked too, but in this instance. Utah is at home playing a ranked team, but Utah is favored. Vegas wins on an 8 out of 10 clip on those games. It's insane.
Yep.
So I was huge on USC a couple weeks ago. They laid a poopy diaper against Oregon State.
Inconsistent.
They still won. They are very inconsistent, and you cannot be inconsistent against Utah. I think this is game of the year for Utah. I think Utah is going to come out swinging.
Come on, dude.
Yeah, so I'm on Utah. 100%.
Yes. Yeah. Come on. Me too. Let's go. Let me tell you why, though. Let me tell you why. If you go to this game and you look at it and you could put it in whatever metric you want. Let me give you just a couple of tidbits, okay? For the overall, I guess, head-to-head, if you wanted to say it. USC is 6-4 in the last 10 here. 4-6 against the spread on this game. 6-3-1 on the over. This is USC stats, by the way. They average 103 rushing yards, 283 passing yards, and 387 total yards with 1.7 turnovers.
Shit.
Okay, Utah is 6-4 against the spread, 6-3-1 over under, 26 points, 150 on the ground, 239 in the air, 390 total with 2.2 turnovers. So to recap that, Utah runs it for more, they pass it for less, turn the ball over exactly one more time, and the total yards are dead even. Give me the home team in the game. I'm not going to play it. If anything, I'd parlay it. With a team that you're not going to want me to parlay, but give me Utah in that game. I like them a little bit. I think Caleb Williams shows up though. I just think they turn the ball over, and it's not going to be his fault.
Yeah, it's just weird. I didn't see that coming. I thought that was going to be a pick 'em at the worst for USC as far as their odds are concerned. So yeah, I take it back. It's a very entertaining slate of games this weekend. Just not a lot of depth. I mean, there's shout out to James Madison, ranked 25th in the country.
I have a shout out.
Yeah, what's your shout out?
I have a shout out. So I would like to shout out a really, really important person in my life, somebody that bet on me, and I still keep in touch with her to this day, man. One of my former coaches, Coach Colleen. She no longer coaches at JMU. She is at Wyoming now. She is the pinnacle of what you want in a person. as far as a leader and a just in general like a female figure or just a figure in general, man. Somebody that you want to look up to. Just an extremely kind and generous person, and gave me a lot of helpful insight that I've used today in my adult life back when I was in high school. So shout out to Coach Colleen. She no longer coaches at JMU, but when she was there, I was a huge fan. I follow their Instagram pages on all their sports books, man. I love James Madison University, bro. Their campus is gorgeous.
Yeah.
I like their colors. I don't like them on the spread, but I do like them to play to win outright. And because you brought them up, I will lead you into my parlay of the week. Give me Air Force flying into the game. Okay. Give me the Michigan money line, the Air Force money line, by the way, and JMU money line. That's plus 118. Bing, bing, bing. 3 for Trey. Parlay. Talk nice.
All right. I like it.
How about that transition, bro? You like that?
Shout out Coach Colleen. That one's for her. So, anyways, let's put a bow tie on this one, and let's get to our announcement, man. You want to do it, or you want me to do it?
I'm so excited. Guys, we mentioned this before, and by the way, this is not the last time that we're going to announce something. I have some things coming down the pipe, but without giving away too much information, we can't do those next things unless this works and unless this becomes something that we gain, traction with, advantageous reactions with, and create some relationships with, not only with you guys but other people involved. It is our privilege to announce that we will be doing our first ever college football companion show this weekend. Coach Trey and Rusi Badass will be together. Whether it's on site or whether it's here in the studio, we're not exactly sure just yet, but we will be watching the game together. It is going to be the Alabama and Tennessee game. Why would we miss out on that kind of game? There's literally no reason why, especially with how Russo feels about Alabama. Now I really want to do this, and I am so excited about this, dude. I am so hyped. We
wanted to wait for the right moment. I feel like this is the right moment. This is our 12th episode. And this is more episodes than we've done with our old show. Mm-hmm. So I feel like this is a great time to do this. I think it's probably easier. I think we should probably start doing it from this format just to see, because you can hear us, and maybe if we got together audio, there would be some audio technical. We can work that out, but it'll probably take a little bit more time to figure that out. So maybe we'll save that for another big game down the road. So yeah, we're going to do that. We're going to be on here. We're going to be live. We'd like y'all to join us. We're going to be lined up with the game, watching it. Probably going to get excited. You haven't watched us watch a game yet together. So
no,
it's going to be a good time, man. I'm going to have so much bet on that game that you can truly see what just like players, like crazy bets, not like the game. Okay. Just so you can see what we go through on a daily basis to this point. Because my final thing is going to be, and this is a completely off-topic deal, and I think you know what I'm about to say. Absolutely fuck out Alex Ovechkin. That guy is dead to me. He's on the Hall of Shit fame, whatever. I don't know. He is joined the people on that list, as well as Evander Kane. Both of those are hockey players. I'm a big hockey fan. The last 24 hours, to say that I've experienced bad beats are understatements. Trey was on it too with me. So yeah, fuck them. They're on the shit list, and they're never to be spoken about again. So
okay,
but you get to truly see how we react in these moments. And it's probably pretty entertaining. I wish we would have been doing this earlier. Wish we would have had sports betting earlier. But now we've got it. And next week, 2:30 p.m. sharp, we're going to be simulcasting the game. We're going to probably consider ourselves better than those Manning bros on ESPN when they watch Monday Night Football. And hopefully this turns into something more. Maybe we have some guests come on. Watch the game, give their insight on what they see. Maybe some football players or people that are associated. You never know. And shout out to to Coach Snee, my buddy. He's the coach for Episcopal. They are playing a big game right now. I do not know what the score is. They're playing Dunham. Big game right there. So hopefully they're winning, and that's going to bring him good vibes. If not, he's going to be mad. So that's it for us. 2:30 Saturday, right here. It's going to be a fun time, and we'd like you to join us. Join the chat. Put your plays in. We'll pull for them unless you're going against us, and then we'll rub it in your face if you're going against us. So that's it for me. Anything you want to add?
No, man. Well, obviously, guys, check out our Patreon to get our full cards and our full plays. There's just going to be a few for me right now. Like I said, I've been trying to keep it to what I feel confident in, but we just know that this is also an extremely difficult time to try to handicap teams when you have injuries and stuff. So we have to try to be as fair as possible with that, which is kind of the reason, and I probably need to bring this up just before we leave. This is the reason why on my parlays last week I gave you guys State, UK, and Air Force. I obviously had to axe UK at the last second because of Will Levis not playing. I did not do my homework and not know how serious the injury was, and I replaced Air Force with Navy. So I ended up playing State and Navy, and that did hit. And also I gave you Tulane minus the 3.5 as well, and that hit also. So just know that, when we do this, we really are giving you what we're putting our money on. Yeah. We're not just saying, look, I guess they'll go put their money on a piss on them. No. Like, this is like our hard-earned money that we get paid, from our regular day jobs, and we put it on this. So just a little peek behind the curtains.
100%, and you can maybe see some of that thought process on Saturday. I'm sure we'll talk about some night games. The USC game's a big one. LSU Florida is a big one as far as our betting is concerned. So check us out. 2:30, we'll put some announcements out, probably a few of them. So come join us. Do not be scared, and we will see you on Saturday. Later, guys.